How many of you believe self-acceptance is necessary for self-improvement? Now, who of you have ever tried to improve your life and quit within 3 months? As shown by the unmistakable collective survey, that is because 96% of personal development efforts fail within the first 90 days. That doesn't mean you can quit your New Year's resolutions now. That's assuming you haven't already. The issue isn't that self-improvement is impossible. It's that society approaches it in the wrong way. And after my TEDx talk today, you're going to understand why people's efforts tend to not succeed and how to make sure that yours do. If you said you were going to run a 5K after a decade of no physical activity, it would be ridiculous. But that's not because it's just impossible in that respect. It's that you're approaching it in the wrong way still. Someone that's self-accepting knows that they can make alterations where they see fit. They no longer have the desire to change an entire aspect of their life completely with no smooth transition. They understand that they can't be the best at everything. That's not me saying that's easy to accept. As a child, I wanted to be a singer. If you know me, you're probably fearing for everyone's ears and sanity right about now. You'll be glad to hear that as years went by, I accepted that my friends and I should not go on The Voice Kids unless we wanted to become national embarrassments. This let me explore more practical options, which don't require me to have a single ounce of creative talent, instead of chasing a dream that would be running as fast as it could away from me. By all means, chase your dreams. I'm not saying that you should sit here with your heart shattered, hopes destroyed, but be realistic. When I say realistic, I don't want you to confine yourself to a box. Realistic is different for everyone. You might be able to catch a ball, you might be able to stay on tune. Clearly, your realistic is very different from mine. But you could be a CEO with your dream house, family, friends. You don't need to perfect every single area of your life to be happy. However, if you plan for long-term success by slowly increasing intensity, then you can easily change your life one habit at a time. Now, the next point is where many people struggle. Think back to one of your journeys of self-improvement. Let me guess. You ignored your accomplishments because you hadn't fulfilled your desire to fix everything. This is something that psychologists call the identity gap. It serves as a constant reminder that who you are now is not enough, and who you should be is a better version of your current self. Let's say I have a bucket. Every small win fills it. Every time I don't acknowledge this small win, holes appear in the bucket. No matter how much effort I eventually put in, the water drains faster than it fills, leaving me with an empty bucket and zero motivation. Your brain only repeats behaviors that feel rewarding. This behavior that I'm trying to stick to clearly had no reward. Now, think back to your first crush. I guarantee you thought about them for hours when they smiled at you for only 2 seconds. You lingered on every interaction you had with them. You didn't ignore any sign of your goal. You thought about them for probably way longer than you should have. This made you happy. You felt closer to your goal by celebrating these small successes. Why should you treat any other goal you have differently? If you need to train your brain that a habit offers you something in return, appreciate your victory and continue doing that throughout your journey. If your brain will repeat a behavior when it feels rewarding, teach yourself that baby steps are important. They hold significance, they hold value. Don't let your vision slip away. Now, I've spoken about pursuing an out-of-reach goal, but it's also an issue when your goal is too easy to grasp. I was sat in philosophy class when I realized I could apply it to my actual life. No more trolley problems or being told that I might be a brain in the vat, but a familiar situation, one that I would continue to be put in for the rest of my life. Aristotle said that eudaimonia, true happiness, is achieved through developing your virtues, which are good characteristics. Either end of this virtue scale is a vice, one of excess, one of deficiency, in between this is where the virtue is. Hypothetically, my goal is to become a generous person. Let's say I have 10 chocolates. Realistically, I'm not going to share a single one, but this is a vice of deficiency because if you did this, I called you stingy. This virtue of generosity that I'm stretching for can't be achieved through theory alone. It needs habit. It teaches us to not aim for too much or too little, but for the balanced middle path. In a world full of stress, full of pressure, it reminds us that happiness is a result of inner growth. It says that we shouldn't stop improving ourselves. We should just do it reasonably, allowing us to live more meaningful, more peaceful lives with a feeling of satisfaction that you can't have if your goal is too demanding or too easy. Centuries later, another philosophy echoed across the world, trying to show the same importance of this idea. Kaizen is a Japanese term meaning change for the better. It's the philosophy of continuous improvement through little repeated actions. It encourages us to embrace a progress-oriented mindset where we focus on moving forward, no matter how small. We can't seek immediate perfection, take the chance, just leap in case we fall. We have to take steps. No matter how small these steps are, they move us towards success, a clear purpose. You may have heard the quote, "Life should be lived in sprints, intense bursts of effort followed by recovery, instead of as a never-ending marathon." Now, I'm going to take you back to cross-country day. You're sprinting, or at least in my case, not face-planting, immediately. You finally reach the forest trail. This day is no joke. Elbows have already become a permanent accessory to your ribs. Then you have to somehow find the energy to do hopscotch while trying not to break an ankle. You've got tires, tree trunks, toddlers. How are you going to find this energy when you just use it all up along the flat field? This is when you stand still. You refuse to engage in the change process. Like now, your mindset remained uncommitted to personal growth and your body froze. Wasting energy on tasks that don't have value prevents you from reaching a flow state. Your energy won't magically replenish. You have to build it up from 0%. For example, you could build up your emotional energy by practicing gratitude, making your journey of self-improvement more sustainable, more motivating. But every now and then, you still need to reflect on your progress and change the plan as needed. As you change, your plan needs to adapt with you. Now, before you dive in headfirst, I want you to think of the quote, "A goal without a plan is just a wish." Set attainable and measurable steps. I'm encouraging you to focus on the little achievements and appreciate yourself for reaching them. Now, you can change your approach to strive for a genuine difference, or you can do nothing. The choice is yours. But first, you need to question yourself. Are you really improving yourself, or are you just pretending to? Thank you.